What is a slave? A slave is someone who does not have control. A slave is someone who is coerced to give up 100% of their time. So their time does not belong to them. They are not in control of their time. So their time has been stolen by another man. Now think about it. Time is the stuff that your life is made up of. Think about it. That's what your life is. Your life is a limited block of time on this planet. That's what your life is. Your very life is time. When you are a slave, 100% of your time is in the hands of another human being. You have lost your life, which is your time. Your time, your life belongs to another human being. And in addition to that, all of the fruits of the labor that come from that time doesn't belong to you. That's what a slave is. 100% of their time is owned and controlled by another man. And all of the fruits of the labor, the productivity that comes from that time belongs to another man. That is a full-fledged 100% slave. Now, what is it? What is a slave? What's called then a person that does not have control of half of their time and gives up half of the productivity that comes from that time? What's that one called? Isn't that the same thing? Just a matter of degree? And isn't that our existence today? You see, it's impossible to apply the 100% slavery system to the globe. That can't be done. But if you call it something else, you knock it back a little bit. Let's say you knock it back to 40%. It's not 100%. Let's knock the slavery back to 40%. And let's require every human being to give up 40% of the productivity of all of their time. Let's compel them to have to work for this coupon called the dollar, or our coupon called the Argentinian peso, or our coupon called the Japanese yen. Every plantation has their own money, right? Their own coupon. So let's compel them. They have no choice. They must go out and work for my coupon. Now, what they work for, they're going to receive my coupon, and I am going to take back 40% of those coupons in the form of taxes. Then they're going to have 60% of the coupons left. Now, I am going to compel them to put the coupons back into the system, because I'm going to drop their ability to save the coupons. I don't want them saving the coupons. What is that for? I want them to give me their time, give the plantation their time. I want you giving your life to the plantation. And I want you giving it for my piece of paper. When you make my piece of paper, I'm going to take 40% back just like that. You have 60% left. Then I'm going to compel you to put the 60% back into the plantation, because I'm going to discourage you from holding on to it. It's going to melt away if you hold on to it. This will incentivize you to put it back into the system. How? By buying my overly inflated bullshit. So I'm going to make sure that every single year everything that you use the paper to buy will go higher and higher and higher. Now, the reason I'm going to do this, the reason I'm going to make sure that the 60% of the paper that you can hold on to, I'm going to make sure that that 60% every single year buys less for you. Why? Because every single year I need you working harder for the plantation. So year one, your 60% of the pieces of paper that I allow you to hold on to, you're going to go out and buy my shit. You're going to buy the houses on my plantation. You're going to buy the cars in my plantation. You're going to buy the food on my plantation. I'm going to make sure that the 60% that you use on my stuff on my plantation becomes harder to get and harder to get and harder to get with the 60%. So that year one, you have to work X number of hours to buy your groceries. You have to work 3 hours a week to buy your groceries. The next year, you're going to have to work 4 hours a week to buy the same groceries. And the next year, you're going to have to work 5 hours a week to buy the same freaking groceries. And this is going to be your plight for the rest of your life until you die on this plantation. And when you die, I'm still going to take half of the shit. If you happen to have saved something in that slave system, I'm going to cut that in half for myself as well. And you tell me that's not financial or monetary slavery? This is crazy. And for the first time, instead of giving your energy and your time to a slave system with a slave money, we can give our time to a money and a system that is outside of the control of every single human being, that is only in my control, cannot be manipulated, cannot be debased, and is mathematically designed to make me bigger, make me more powerful, make me wealthier every 4 years of my life until I die? You mean this is the first time I have a money that I have access to that actually increases me every 4 years of my life instead of decreases me every 44 years of my life? We never had this choice. Do you understand? Human beings never had a choice. For the first time, we have a choice. And you want to come here and talk to me about a dog coin? Yes, I'm going to be toxic against that. I'm going to protect this narrative by being toxic. I am going to ice out anything that interrupts that message with bullshit. You can call me toxic all you want to. This is too big. It is too serious to be dealing with nonsense. Do you follow what I'm saying, guys? Toxicity is the actual defense mechanism of the hope, of the freedom, of the dream. There is no living organism today that has not been that is here without toxicity. Toxicity is the way it has defended itself, is the way that it has survived insurmountable odds. Every living cell, every living organism that exists today had to overcome insurmountable odds by being what? By being nice, by being soft, by letting things trample all over it, or by protecting itself through toxicity. This is too important to let concepts like, oh, they should be nicer. Da, 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 da. When I come with bullshit, they should be nice to me. You're taxed when you work. You're taxed on the fruits of your labor. Then what you have left after that tax, you're taxed when you decide to nourish your body through food. You're taxed on what you eat. In many cases, you're taxed on what you wear, what you clothe your body with. You're taxed on your where you live, your real estate, you are taxed if you ever want to leave the plantation, exit tax. You are taxed if you die. This is a fancy word for slavery, or maybe the era after American slavery, sharecropping. Yeah, it's more like sharecropping, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, look, I'm going to let you stay on my land and I'm going to let you work the land as long as you bring me back. You got to give me 40% of everything you do on my land. I'm going to let you have the land. I'm going to let you stay on the land. All right. I'm even going to let you have a little house on the land and a little plot of property. I'm even going to allow you to say that you own it. It's my plantation. But yeah, I'm going to let you be able to say that you own it. But we really know you don't own anything. Right? That's sharecropping. You can say that's your house, but in reality, it's my house. You can say that's your property, but in reality, it's my property. It's on my land, my property. It's on my plantation. You can say it, but it's really mine. And just for the right to say that it's yours, give me a little tax on that too. I'm going to take some of whatever you produce on my property. I'm going to take a little bit of that just because you want the right to say that my house on my plantation is yours. So if you want to say, I own a house, fine, pay me. You want to say, I have an acre of land, fine, it's really mine. But if you want to be able to say that, pay me. Pay me for the right to say that's your land. Pay me for the right to say that's your house. That's what the real estate, that's this scam called the real estate ownership market. No, you don't own anything. You don't own anything that you have to pay for until you die. That's crazy. There's no ownership on the plantation. It's sharecropping at its finest. Do you follow what I'm saying, guys? It's wild. It's wild. Yeah. What else, guys? What else?